You're watching the 2024 SCAC Baseball Media Days. Today, we're taking a look at the Southwestern University Pirates baseball program. The Pirates will once again be led as they head into the season under the guidance of head coach J.C. Bunch, along with leadership from senior Max Mims. Coach, Max, thanks so much for joining us today.
Thanks, Russell.
Coach, we'll get started with you. Heading into your seventh season as the manager of the Pirates baseball program there, what have you learned over the course of those previous 6 seasons heading into this year? And just, take me through your excitement, the start of a new season. What makes this time special as you get prepared for 2024?
Well, every year it's it's the excitement. It's Christmas morning. It's, guys put in a bunch of work over the summer. They put in a bunch of work in the fall. With the changes to the way the NCAA lets us practice this year, that's been awesome. We got to spend, spread out our fall, got to be around our guys a lot more. We're able to work on some development things instead of having to cram it all into 4 weeks. And so seeing their hard work, we've been going now almost 2 weeks in the spring, and excited to get to play somebody else. We return a good group of, upperclassmen and guys with playing experience. They know what a college baseball season's like. They're ready to get after it. We've got a good group of new players, and they bought into the culture and the expectations of the work. And so, now we're excited to go play somebody.
Max, for you heading into this year's senior season, your fingerprints have really been all over this program, going back to the first day you stepped on campus. But now I'm interested in your mindset coming into this your senior year. As I mentioned, this team is coming off its first 25-win season since 2005. So I would imagine the excitement, the vibes have to be, high there in Georgetown. Just what is your mindset coming into this year? How excited are you to get back with the guys and to start a new year?
Yeah, I'm super excited. We got a great group of guys this year. I truly feel like our chemistry out of all my 4 years have been the best this year. You got a lot of guys that are hungry. We got a little taste of it last year in Cleburne. So we kind of want to set our sights high and see where the season takes us. But I feel like it's the best defensively and chemistry-wise we've been in a while. So we're super excited and can't wait to put our head down and see where it takes us.
Coach, you talk a little bit about that returning experience to this group that had so much success. As I mentioned, the 25 wins, first time since 2005. This program really heading in the right direction. You look at this lineup, you return so much experience. I think 4 of your top 7 guys from a season ago that had hit 35 or more hits over the course of the year. Guys like Max Mims, Christian Mielo, James Vasquero. These guys are coming back with that experience. What do you expect from this group? What are you looking for from this lineup? How do you kind of take that experience, see that next step? And just in general, what is the approach you want from your guys at the plate?
Experience, you can't replicate it. And, there's nothing, you have to go through it. Those guys from the team last year that are returning, you mentioned the 25 wins, and that was awesome, but then, fell short kind of at the end and kind of ended on a little skid. And I know that ending has helped motivate players this off season and coming into this season. Every year I've been here, we've done something that hasn't been done in a long time. And kind of the next step is, being the last team standing at Cleveland. And I know that's their goal. To do that, to have somebody else watch us, get to celebrate at the end. And that's what drives this team. That's what drives, both the returning position players and pitchers. We return a lot of experience. And so with that comes the experience of the disappointment in the last couple of years of feeling like we were good enough and could compete, but couldn't quite figure out how to actually compete when it matters. And so, that experience, I think, going into this and knowing how to prepare your body and knowing, what it's like to practice in April after you played 25 to 30 games and the demands that I'm still going to have on you at practice. Again, that's invaluable as a player to know, hey, I know I've done this. I know what this is about to be like, and I know how to prepare for it.
Max, going into your senior season, a two-time All-SCAC performer. You're coming off a year last year in which you had career highs in doubles and triples. Sort of take me through your off season. What does it look like? How have you approached just from kind of a baseball standpoint coming into this year, and where's your confidence level at as you approach your senior season?
Yeah, I mean, my main focus this off season has been hitting, of course. I feel like there's always room for improvement, and I want to set high goals for myself as well as the team. So main focus has been focusing on my approach and me driving the ball and getting those extra base hits like you talked about. So that's my main focus, and it has been very good, and I'm super excited. Confidence level on a high, senior year, want to make it my best year. So I have high expectations, but I also want to make sure the team knows that, we're setting goals that we haven't in a long time. So I want them to be focused and, have that same common drive that us seniors want. And I feel like they have totally bought into it. I'm super excited where our team heads. So.
Coach, similar to looking at your lineup and looking at your pitching staff, you had a lot of guys step into some big roles at a young age in the program last year. And obviously the graduation of J.J. Slack was a big arm for you, but you returned 7 of your top 8 arms in terms of innings pitched, a couple of All-SCAC guys and Stephen Rutherford and Andrew Harden. Just talk a little bit about this pitching staff. How can it be a real strength of this program with all the experience you had last year coming into this season?
Absolutely. Anytime you lose a pitcher the caliber of JJ's, he's, we're not going to replace him. We're going to have other guys do what they can do. He's at Kansas State now, and but the returning guys, again, it goes with the experience. They understand, how to prepare their bodies, and they understand, what it's like to play meaningful games in April when you might not feel truthfully, you might not feel very good at all, but how mentally you can compete even when your body doesn't feel, the right way. And our pitching staff is probably the thing I'm most excited about this year because of the depth. And it is 7, 8, 9, 10 guys deep, which is a luxury in college baseball. And, conversations of who do we want to start opening weekend, you run through it and, we have 4 coaches on staff and all gave a different answer, which isn't because we're trying to pick guys that haven't separated themselves. It's we have some depth and some talent, and the pitching staff is led by some really awesome core group of guys that push each other, and they during scrimmages have their own little competitions going on, irrelevant of what we're doing in our scrimmage. They're competing against each other, and the more guys compete, the more it's going to show up on the field when we play somebody else.
Max, Coach talks about envisioning, kind of that dog pile scene in Cleburne at the end of the year, and that, being sort of one of these next steps as he talks about it as the program continues to build. When you've had conversations with some of the other leaders on this team, your teammates, about some of the goals and the expectations heading into this 2024 season, what do those conversations look like, and what's going to be key in order for this team to try and accomplishing those here as the year unfolds?
Yeah, I feel like some of the goals that we've kind of set is find any way possible to get on. We are very confident in our defensive skills and our pitching, like Coach Bunch said, that we feel like if we can get on, we can make some great things happen. So that's kind of where our goal is at. We want to keep each other accountable. I had the privilege of winning a championship in the Northwoods, and I kind of got a sense of how that leadership went. And I kind of want to bring that back to my program. So it's keeping each other accountable, finding a way to get on base, and really just annoy the other team as much as we can, either through base stealing, bunting, hitting, whatever. So that's kind of where our goals are set. We want to take one game at a time, not really focus on our opponents, but just focus on the inning and the pitch and trying to make it as hard as possible for them to get us out. So that's kind of where our goals are set, and we're super excited to get at it. after it.
And finally, Coach, success, certainly can be measured in so many different variables and ways and quantified. And when you talk about success within your program, within these guys, what does that message look like? How do you try to define that? And ultimately, heading into 2024, this year will be successful with what plays out on the field and off the field for this group.
Ultimately, success in athletics is winning. And does it mean that if don't win the conference championship this season, will be considered a failure? No, but not necessarily yes either. It depends on how we go about it. And, when it's all said and done, I want the seniors to walk away from this program going, I'm a better person for having been in it. The lessons I learned will help me be a better man, potentially better husband, potentially better father, if that's the route that these guys take. And so if they leave that, then it was a successful program for them. Obviously we want to win. And, if you're keeping score, like I tell my 3 sons, if we're playing a game, I'm trying to win, and I'm never going to let you win to my sons. And so when you finally beat me, you understand what winning's about. Everything we do in scrimmages, there's a winner and a loser. I want to constantly put that in the forefront of their mind that we're playing this game to win, fellas. And that's the ultimate measure of success. But again, off the field, they're going to graduate. Several already have jobs lined up. That's a successful college career if you can go into your last semester knowing, I know my future. Grad school, law school, med school, jobs, all of those kinds of things. And so, off the field, this senior class is unbelievably successful, and I'd like to see them again have that taste of success of, being at the bottom of a dog pile come conference tournament time.
Southwestern University head baseball coach J.C. Bunch, along with senior leader Max Mims. The Pirates open up the 2024 campaign when they take on Sul Ross State on February 16th. Coach Max, thanks so much for your time today, and best of luck as you head into the year.
Thanks, Russell.